Hello and very warm welcome, dear students and audience. Once again, this is Professor Dr. Zia Ahmed, and I'm going to record a little bit different video today. All of you have listened the name of Franz Fanon, whose books are quite famous with respect to colonialism and post-colonialism as well. Today, one of his books, White Skin, Black Masks, that I was reading, and I found it very interesting that the preface, which is written by Ziauddin Sardar, is very interesting, and so that is why I decided, for the benefit of my students, that some of the glimpses of that preface may be shared so that they may have a fair idea what most of the critics and theorists are saying and how they are saying and what are the basis of their saying that may be conveyed to my students. So that is why I'm going to start with the book that is the Black Skin, White Masks, and the foreword to this was written by Ziauddin Sardar in 2008 edition. And here what we can have, that is first of all something, I have actually copied certain passages from the same preface or the foreword, and instead of reading the whole, I have underlined some of the lines here which are significant to understand. For example, in the very first paragraph we have the lines which are underlined. Forward is weapon of choice of the impotent. The black man wants to be white. The white man slaves to reach a human level. So this is the starting of that forward, which gives the desire of the black man who wants to be like white man, because he thinks that being not like white man, he is a slave, and he would like to see white man on his level. That is his dream, that is his desire, which he wishes in his heart of heart, and is very much angry and resentful also because of this situation, why he is being treated not as white but as black. And therefore, Ziauddin Sardar says the resentment takes us to a particular place, a zone of non being, an extraordinarily sterile and arid region, where black is not a man and mankind is digging into its own flesh to find meaning. This second underlined passage is also showing one thing very, very dominantly and very clearly, that the image of the black man is not taken in the serious sense, in the sense of the human being. Rather, it is taken in the sense of non being, a person who is not the human being at all, according to the theory which is being put here. And he is considered also extraordinarily sterile person. And he is not a man actually, and the mankind is continuously trying to understand what it is going to be, why a black man is not considered a man, what is the reason behind that, why only white man is a man. So that is the controversy on which Fanon is writing and Ziauddin Sardar is putting his opinion. The difference between the white man and the black man. The white man has behaved in his colonies in such a way, in Africa especially, that black men have lost the meaning of being a human being, and the construction of Negro for the black man was also the construction of the white man, and that is going to show what is the difference there, how the black man has been negated the places which possibly the white man has occupied. Similarly, if we go a little bit further, we can see that the underlines are, it is the silent scream of all those who toil in abject poverty, simply to exist in the hinterlands and vast conurbations of Africa. Resentment of all those marginalized and firmly located on the fringes in Asia. It is the anger of all whose culture, knowledge system, and ways of being that are ridiculed, demonized, declared inferior and irrational, and in some cases eliminated. These passages also go to suggest a very important thing, that this book has become a cry, this book has become a complaint, this book has become a type of resentment, and the voice of the people who are marginalized people, maybe in Africa, maybe in Asia, maybe everywhere, all over the world, wherever the colonial empire was present, the voice of the people, that why they are not considered human being, as we started with the start, by they're treated like those people who don't exist at all. And this voice is not the voice of one person but of all the people who are colonized. So in this way, the universal message of the people who are colonized, that is being conveyed by Ziauddin Sardar in his foreword, which he has written for Black Skin, White Mask. sorry, white skin, black mask, the thing is reversed. So in that way, the basic message is being conveyed about the difference which is created because of colonization, the difference between the white man and that of the black man. Let's see more. And for doing this, let's come to this passage. It has been also showing some of the underlines, the meaning of the white man or the whiteness. Fanon has said that, according to Ziauddin Sardar, that it has become a symbol of purity, of justice, truth, and virginity. So whiteness is the symbol of all this. This is the purity, the justice, truth, and virginity. And on the other hand, as the black man never fought for the freedom, it's the white man which fought for these values. So that is why he is not carrying any of these things with him. Instead, as these lines show here, that blackness represents the diametrical opposite in the collective unconsciousness. It stands for ugliness, sin, darkness, and immortality. So, what is here in these lines is very important, that if the meaning of these words is sought out, what is whiteness, what is blackness. So, according to Fanon and according to Ziauddin Sardar, the word white has got all positive interpretations, that is the purity also, that's the justice also, there's the freedom also, everything. But in comparison to that, if blackness comes, there is nothing that can be associated with him as it was associated with the white man. So that is why black man exists for no freedom, no justice, no values, but according to the theory, a white man exists for all these good values, and that is why these words carry the similar meanings. For example, the writer goes forward in talking about the dictionary meanings also in the same passage. For example, he tells us in these lines, we can find in Roget's thesaurus over 134 synonyms for whiteness, most with positive connotations. In contrast, Roget's thesaurus tells us black means dirty, prohibited, and funeral. It provides 120 synonyms for black and blackness, none with positive connotation. So another important dimension is highlighted, that the dictionaries mostly define and design and translate the word white into many good things which are all of good and positive connotation and interpretation, while on the other hand similar type of interpretations are available. If there are above 100 interpretations of white word, there are equally above 100 interpretations of the black word as well. But then the black word is translated opposite to that. For example, it's never neat and clean, it's dirty. It is never something which is prosperous, which is good, which is the symbol of something like liberty, like justice. It is all the time something which may be said to be what we call as prohibited, dirty, funeral-like, and all these connotations, according to the author, all are negative connotations. So this is what the message comes out of reading of this foreword. This is the type of anger, this is the type of complaint that would rise out of it, why the people which are not of white color, why they are considered in that way. So let's go further and trace more signs of confirmation with this theory. For example, here in this passage, top line says, idealized Negro is equally a construction of the white man. The Negro was born out of the need of European humanism to rescue itself from its moral purgatory and project itself and displace the original inhabitants of Latin America and Caribbean. Now here is the civilizing aspect of calling somebody to be Negro or somebody to be black man or etc. etc. In colonization, we had another thing which was called white man's burden, that he has started his journey from his lands, came to the colonial lands in order to teach the people, in order to civilize them, in order to provide them education, etc. etc. So that is why, according to Fanon, this construction of the word Negro, whatever it has got in it, hate or dislike, whatever it is the construction of the white man, because that was the type of construction where the need was established that the white man is to be there in order to teach, in order to provide civilization and culture to the people who are non-cultured. So in a way, it is the word which connotes and interprets that this is the kind of concept the people were, and after the training and the civilization, the people have become like that. So that is not the natural or indigenous construction according to these passages and lines. This is what the white man constructed for his own benefit. All right, let's go forward and see more lines if they are carrying any more things for our understanding. In the next passage, for example, he is changed also because it is from France that he received his knowledge of Montesquieu, Rousseau, and Voltaire, but also because France gave him his physician, his department, had his innumerable little functionaries, At issue is thus not just language but also the civilization of the white man. What Fanon says about the comics of 1950, the magazines are put together by white men for little white men with their white heroes and evil black villains, works just as effectively in the way disciplines are taught, discourses are promoted, and knowledge is advanced. In the brown lines, for example, we find that even the black man can change, but not in his country. He can change, become civilized, or he can attain up to some extent the level of the white man, but only then when he learns the language of the white man, when he reads the knowledge provided by the philosophers of the white man, as the example is given that the Negro would never become acceptable unless he has changed his language from his native to the French language, and unless he has read some of the philosophers like Voltaire in France, and unless he has interacted with the people around him, his head of department, for example, or other people who are working around him, he cannot change himself. And if he can at all become a little bit civilized, it is because of these people. It's not the seed of inheritance of civilization in black man. It is the seed of the white man, which is civilized, which is cultured, and that is being inherited by the black man. So this is what the message is there: the incapacity of the black man to improve and become civilized, and the capacity of the white man to do so. But before that, the writer also tells us, but before this discussion, he says that if you look at the cartoons and comics made by the people, white people, they're also, the white man is shown to be hero and the black man is shown most of the time not hero or anti-hero. So this type of knowledge which is given about the black man also provides the kind of situation where white man is the teacher, white man is the leader, and the black man is to follow, is to see how the things go. So this is what the Ziauddin Sardar has been trying to write in his foreword for this great book. For example, Ziauddin Sardar also says, Fanon asserts, if you want a different reality, a different world, you have to change the one you have. These are the words which possibly come in the mind when someone wants to win the freedom, when someone wants to make a change in the life. It is really very good that the first reality in which one is living needs to be changed. The first reality in which the black people are living, the Negro reality, that needs to be changed, that needs to be stressed for the kind of change. If it happens, definitely the change will come, otherwise not. So the Negro has to fight for his own self, according to Fanon, in order to change the situation. Fanon continues, as Ziauddin Sardar says, that new tool is the war on terror, because of which a lot of justifications come. For example, let me show these lines which exist in the preface. That here he shows that this is a kind of terror has become licensed to flout every international law and notion of human rights. Racism, both in its blatant and incipient forms, foundation of fortress Europe, as so evident in the re-emergence of extreme right in Germany, in Holland, France, and Belgium, as well as Scandinavia, and the discourse of refugees, immigrants, asylum. So the writer actually wants to say that in the name of a war on terror, lots of things have been justified. Lots of rules and morality has been justified, and it is not possible for one to come out of that. Islamophobia is also one of the results of that. So in that way, a number of arrangements have been made to make the people obey and follow those things which the white man wants, according to this review, which has been put by Ziauddin Sardar as a foreword before this book. One it begins to read, that is the Black Skin, White Masks, that is the book. And possibly I have named the book wrongly at certain times, so forgive me for this, but this is the book title I am showing you. That was the review of Ziauddin Sardar's foreword about this book, which he wrote in 2008. And definitely, thank you very much for watching. It was an attempt to make the students see what Ziauddin Sardar says about this book, and hope to see you soon in some next video. Thank you for watching.